Have you ever wondered how even the most experienced professionals can make critical errors when under immense pressure, especially in fast-moving, life-or-death situations? Our minds are incredibly powerful, but they also have built-in shortcuts that can sometimes lead us astray. Cognitive biases play a significant and often subtle role in international humanitarian law decisions, directly influencing how individuals and groups interpret information, assess risks, and ultimately make choices during armed conflict. These biases can lead to misjudgments that impact adherence to core IHL principles. At its core, cognitive bias describes systematic patterns of deviation from rationality and judgment. In the context of international humanitarian law, these unconscious mental shortcuts can warp perceptions of military necessity, distinction, and proportionality. For example, confirmation bias might lead decision-makers to seek out or interpret information in a way that confirms pre-existing beliefs about an adversary or target. The availability heuristic could cause individuals to overestimate the likelihood of certain events, such as civilian presence, simply because similar past incidents are easily recalled. Furthermore, in-group or out-group bias can affect how commanders perceive their own forces versus the opposing side, potentially impacting judgments on the humane treatment of combatants and civilians alike. These biases are exacerbated by the extreme stress, fatigue, and rapid decision-making often inherent in armed conflict environments. Mitigating the impact of cognitive biases in IHL decisions requires a multifaceted approach. Robust training programs must include awareness of these biases and their potential effects, promoting critical thinking and objective assessment even under pressure. Implementing clear rules of engagement, detailed targeting procedures, and regular pre-deployment education helps establish consistent frameworks. Encouraging diverse perspectives in planning cells and decision-making bodies can also challenge groupthink and individual biases. Furthermore, incorporating independent legal review and after-action assessments offers opportunities for reflection and learning, helping to identify and correct biased decision patterns. The inherent human tendency towards these biases highlights a critical aspect of international humanitarian law itself. The intricate frameworks of IHL, with its principles of distinction, proportionality, and military necessity, are not merely idealistic guidelines. They are practical tools designed to provide a structured, objective process for decision-making in the chaos of war, precisely to counteract the subjective pitfalls of human psychology. Understanding these biases is paramount, especially in complex scenarios like urban warfare or when dealing with dual-use infrastructure, where the line between civilian and military can be blurred, and biased perceptions are particularly dangerous. Ultimately, recognizing the powerful influence of cognitive biases is not about questioning the intent of decision-makers, but about strengthening the application of international humanitarian law. It underscores the vital importance of continuous education, rigorous adherence to protocols, and fostering a culture of critical self-reflection. By acknowledging and actively working to counter these psychological tendencies, we can strive for more objective, legally compliant, and ultimately more humane conduct of hostilities, thereby better protecting those caught in armed conflict.